Okay, why don't you sit over there? Ready?
Uh-huh.
Something very unusual happened to me one day. You know I love a good walk in the park. So the other day I was walking along, crossing a bridge, when a man came from the other direction. And he put up his hand and he told me to stop. He said, "You're different than I am." So I stopped.
He's a black man, right?
Not how I had pictured it, but it's your story. You're thinking a black man?
Yeah, that would be real.
Okay, you got it. So I'm a black man.
You're not black.
I'm the storyteller. So, here's what went down. I was walking on a path in the park the other day, where, as usual, I zeroed in on soaking in my footsteps.
As they soaked in the earth. If you get my drift. Seemed like it was gonna be a pleasant afternoon, but it turned into more of a curious afternoon. Because of the guy approaching me on the path. Who stopped instead of passing me and urged me to stop as well. Well, of course I stopped. I thought maybe he needed help with something. Couldn't reach his shoelaces and could use an extra hand. You never know what kind of help a person's gonna want, and I'm usually pretty eager just to give it. Anyways. So I stopped to see what this man wanted. And he said, "Don't you realize you're different from me?" I said, "Can you say that again?" "Yeah, of course." I said, "Don't you realize that you're different from me?" Well, I told him the thought hadn't crossed my mind. The cold wind was talking with the trees, their twigs rattling, and I marveled how this overcast day was the same color as the flowing hair atop my head. And I saw you walking along. And I thought, he's not gray like I am, but he's still beautiful. I was about to pass you when you stopped me to tell me we're different? What, man? What you say? So I repeated myself. I told him I was a nature lover. And about my seeing him walking towards me, I just soaked you up like you were a fallen acorn. Or the squirrel chasing after it. I see all of us in this together. It was a beautiful day. I was looking forward to smiling at you. And our going each other's ways. However, you asked me to change my plans. I was pretty flexible. And so here we are talking about... I guess I really don't know what you're talking about. that there's some difference between you and me? Seems like we're all part of this day. A day of nature in the woods. Are you blind? He told me. Can't you see we're not same color? Well, that changes as the clouds go over. But don't worry about it. We'll be the same color in a few minutes once again. No. Not us together. Us separate. You don't look the same colors I do. Well, that's never worried me before. I guess I've noticed that people aren't identical to me. But what's your point here? Well, if we looks different from each other, shit. One of us should have control, and the other should be subjugated by that control. Now that is a curious way to view society. I told him, wouldn't it be a lot nicer if we each had a picnic table in the park and we weren't throwing fruit at one another? What are you talking about? He asked. That's not what I'm talking about at all. It's about, didn't you notice that you was older and I's younger? I mean, isn't that something you noticed? Not really, I answered. I mean, if some teacher had forced me to pass a true-false test, I feel wholly confident that I would have correctly picked you as younger and me as older. But it looked like you were a good man, enjoying nature. And that this was a good day to be on a walk in the park.
Weird.
Well, it's a weird world. And don't think I'm going to start the story over just because you slept in.
No,
Late risers cook their own eggs, sister.
not hungry either.
But I'd like those to watch you jam with your band.
You got it.
Can my friend Jill come too?
Of course. Meet me at Mark's place next Wednesday afternoon.